the Urban Homestead Chat, you can't pass by. So saddle up tight, we're taking flight. In the desert tonight, everything feels right.
Well, howdy, y'all. Hopefully you guys can see me, can hear me. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. And welcome to Urban Homestead Chat with Matt, Saturday night here. Let's see, I'm going to switch my hat. And so I'm trying something a little different here. I have me playing in my ear to see if that helps, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. That may be distracting. Cool, so we got a bunch of people in here already. We'll welcome y'all. I think everyone in here that knows me, welcome back. If you don't and you're watching replay or something, my name's Matt, Urban Homestead Chat here on Saturday night. 5x5, how you doing, Mr. Landfill? Verna, looks like we got Nikki in here. Andy Rabbit, hello, welcome everyone. Carolina Kind, good to see you guys. I hope you're all doing all right. Were you able to hear my little song? Did you guys like that? So I did a little experimenting with the AI song creation, and that was one of the ones we got. Let's see. What an introduction I made. Oh, okay. You liked it? Cool. I have a whole bunch of them. I'll play another one in a minute, and then at the very end, I'm going to play a few, but I thought that was fun. So hope everyone's doing good. I think everyone that's in here now, I believe, is out of weather paths and stuff that's been going on, but for anyone that may be in the areas of all the different weather things, I hope you guys are all right and doing good, hanging in there and prepared for that. Let's see. Did anyone see any of the auroras? So I know they covered most of the United States. Yeah, I'm going to turn this off for a second. I know they covered most of the United States. They came all the way down to New Mexico. I was outside looking and looking, but I did not see them. They're definitely on the bucket list. You saw them up there yeah, Mr. Landfill says he saw them. That is cool. Were they neat? Were they really vibrant and bright? Show me bunnies and more. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see everyone. I know the auroras are on my bucket list for sure. I'd really like to see them. And so I was kind of sad I didn't get to here, but right where I'm at in the Urban Homestead, there is a lot of light pollution and stuff. So we don't always get to see all of that. But starting to get cold here in the evenings and the mornings for sure. It'll be falling into the 40s here this week. And so, hey, Buster, good to see you. Kind of curious what everyone was doing, if you guys are getting ready for winter yet and what you're doing. So I talk about that a little bit tonight, kind of some of the going on. So tonight's live stream, I don't have any really particular thing planned. We don't have a project or something we're working on, but a lot I want to share. And so one of those first things I want to hop into right away, because we have a special guest and I don't want to keep her waiting too long. Let's see. Andy Rabbit kind of saw the lights, mostly a pink sky. All right. Mr. Landfill says lots of greens and reds in the auroras. How cool. Yeah, so I'm kind of jealous. That's neat. But something this week I've been working a ton. So it's Balloon Fiesta here in New Mexico, the International Balloon Fiesta. And so Albuquerque's city size pretty much doubles during this time. And so if you're working in a service industry or retail and things like that, it gets very, very busy at this time of year. And so that and the combination of a lot of other problems, I've been spent this last week working a whole lot. So didn't get a lot done, but there is some stuff that happened here around the Urban Homestead that I do want to share. And so with that, I'm going to go grab my special guest because we've had a whole lot of really yummy eats. with something new that actually my special guest discovered here. We've been experimenting with. So I'm going to go grab her one moment. I have a piece of it, and I have the starter. All right, she's coming here. My special guest is the Spicy Mom on the Grafted Branch Homestead here, and she's exhausted and hurting, so she's doing me a favor, hopping on our live stream. What have you got here?
It's hot.
Oh,
don't touch.
okay.
I don't know where the camera is.
It's right here.
Oh, it's hot.
Let's see if we can see. There we go. So what do we have here?
So these are rolls.
They're rolls?
Sourdough bread rolls.
Sourdough rolls. So my wife here this week, well, these last couple weeks, let me move the mic up a little if you're going to be in here, has been doing a lot with sourdough, right?
Yes.
Here, I'll give you the chair. Oh, then I'm going to be out front. It's okay. Okay, sorry. So this is the sourdough starter.
So I made my own sourdough starter from scratch. I did not buy. You can buy them, I guess, pre-made.
Okay.
But we didn't do that.
So when you do it from scratch, it takes longer?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh boy. So
Yes.
we've done some sourdough stuff before, but it didn't really catch on with the family till you wanted to start doing it, huh?
I wanted to do our own because I'm picky about, sourdough.
Picky about the sourdough?
I don't like it to be very sour.
Right.
So I found a YouTuber, Farmhouse on the Boom. Are you trying it? And she has a whole blog. I've tried it. It has a whole blog on different sourdough recipes. And so this week we've made sourdough cheddar biscuits and hamburger buns that I made last night for Shabbat.
And those came out really good. They really held together well. They didn't crumble like some of our homemade breads sometimes can. I like the sourdough starter better than the other breads.
It's a lot fluffier.
No.
Everything takes a little longer, and I hadn't been doing it because I have arthritis, and making bread is not easy when you have arthritis.
No.
But it's worth it. It hasn't actually been bothering me as much with all the kneading, and everyone likes it.
And we haven't bought, besides a few here and there, we don't really
I don't buy
get
bread.
store-bought bread at all anymore. We pretty much make it. You make it.
Well, even when I do buy it, the kids don't like it
No,
as
we
much.
don't care for it. But the sourdough, besides the sourdough loaves, like we've had, like you said, the biscuits and
Cheddar
rolls,
biscuits and hamburger buns. And these I'm going to use for
And you've
just
been-
dinner rolls and sliders.
So what's the work you have to do for anyone that may not know every day with the sourdough?
I have to feed it
You have to feed it.
every day. You can put it in the fridge, but when you're first making it, you have to, pour some off, discard some of it, and then feed it.
Get down, Phil.
He wants the roll,
I know.
and then the good thing about the Farmhouse on the
Right
Boom
alongside.
is that she has recipes for using the discard, because we don't like to waste here, obviously. So I've been using some, like the cheddar biscuits was a discard.
So the discard, by that you mean, so every day you have to feed it.
Well, you take half out,
You take half
or
out.
not necessarily. It doesn't have to be half, but some of
You
it.
take some of it out, and that's the discard.
Yes.
And so that's what you're using to make all the yummy things.
No, that was my first completely. That's sourdough.
Is this the new batch?
What do you mean? This is the same. Well, it's the same thing that I've been feeding for almost a month now.
But you use the discard to make the product?
For that one, yeah.
Okay.
So you use the discard and then you refeed it. But then I fed it earlier today, and there's currently a whole sourdough loaf going in the bread machine. It's going to sit overnight and rise overnight so that we can have a loaf of that.
So what'd you put in it first when you first started? How'd you do that?
It's just water and flour.
Did you know you can dehydrate sourdough starter? Save it.
Yes.
Share it and mail it. Wow.
So
How cool, Andy.
you only have to feed it as often as I'm feeding it. If you're keeping it out, out of the fridge, you put it in the fridge or the freezer, or dehydrate it and stuff like that, then you don't have to feed it as often. it will. You do eventually have to feed it, but not as often.
It'll slow it
So
down.
the only reason we're feeding it every day, well, one, we were building
Like
it,
with the
we were
ferments.
making it, and just because I've had it out and I'm using it. Also, we found out that the chickens very much like
They like the sourdough starter.
discard.
Yeah, they love it.
Uh,
I was kind of freaking out because so some of our chickens have really big combs that kind of hang down. And one of them, I went out at night actually to check on them, and I just saw all this white. The whole comb was like white, and I was thought, oh no, I'm gonna go out in the morning and this chicken's gonna be gone. But no, it had gotten it in the sourdough starter.
Well, they go to pull it, and it's it
Hey,
has
Joseph
like a
Moore.
weird texture, stringy texture. So they pull it, and then they flick it around.
They throw it around, and
throw
it
it
kind
around
of looks
in the
like
air.
cheese, kind of how it pulls. And they the first time they went wild for it. But so what is the reason for doing a sourdough starter?
So you don't need yeast.
Oh, okay. So it makes the yeast.
So it's its own yeast. So the discard is when it's not fully risen yet. I haven't fed it yet. That's stuff we're going to throw away or give away. So that's why we're using it in some recipes. And those do need some sort of either yeast, or if they don't need to rise. So like the cheddar biscuits that I made, they didn't need to rise. Cheddar they didn't have any of that. So they didn't need to use and then once it's fed, it's fermented, so it can rise on its own. So it's its own little.
So it takes the yeast from the air and pretty much
Correct.
ferments. And
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
It was delicious.
Is it good?
I've been eating cheddar biscuits, yumminess all week. I say thumbs up to sourdough.
Yeah, Casey burned his mouth because he went in there and.
Now they used to. I have read before. They would have a little jar of their sourdough starter. Way back, like pioneer days, and all those different times. And when they had really, really cold nights, they would actually tuck it in their clothes and in their sleeping bag and sleep with it to keep it warm.
Because when when it gets cold off, it's not as active, and then you have to refeed it.
Yeah.
To keep it alive if it gets like that.
Yeah. So cool. That's a plus. High five.
And so tomorrow morning you're gonna have fresh bread and more fresh bread. And then the next couple things I want to try are focaccia, because we have so many tomatoes and herbs from the garden. And oh gosh, what was the other?
And we don't have our own milk, but I'm gonna find some milk I can buy from someone. We want to look at getting a half cow or something, maybe, right?
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has any suggestions, I don't know.
Of buying a whole.
There's not much locally around us. We can look into that too, or if you guys have done that. But with that, I want to find milk because I want to make butter for the bread.
I know.
So we gotta do that.
So Bae was talking about making sourdough pancakes. That is on our list. And like I said, the Farmhouse on the Boone, she has a whole list of recipes, but pancakes are on there, and crumpets, which is something the kids want to do.
Crumpets, okay.
Crumpets.
No, I ate all of mine.
You ate your whole biscuit? Well, guess good thing I have a whole
pan. Very good.
Whole pan if you would like another.
Cool. So sourdough's a winner. Sourdough starter's a winner. There's lots of things you can make with it. No, not right now. I'll have some more later. Okay. This would make a really good topping for like a chicken pot pie or something.
So these are really soft, but she does have recipes for biscuits that you can use for chicken pot pie. You just throw them on and then bake the whole thing like that.
Cool.
So.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Let me explain everybody.
Oh, okay.
Hi and bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Don't spill my starter.
Oh, I won't spill your starter. Thank you. Okay. So that was some of the going-ons here. We've had sourdough bread, and it's been absolutely delicious. Let's see. We had a couple people pop in while we were talking. Looks like Joseph Moore. Welcome. You should try Amish friendship bread. It gets better with age of the starter. I only make half the amount of the recipe calls for when feeding the starter. So only half a cup, not a full 1 cup. Oh, okay. Amish friendship bread. I'll have to look at that. I'm going to write this down on my notes here. Let's see. Yes, so fun to have great guest stars. I like having, so we actually, tomorrow morning, we're going to be live too. And I'll talk about that here, but we will be on at 9 o'clock Mountain Time in the morning. And Farmer Casey's going to be a special guest as well with some things he's got. You can freeze some starter to stop using and restart months later. Wow, that is really cool. Because I learned so much. All right, let's see. What else has been going on here? Oh, I did want to talk. So if you were here at the very beginning, you probably noticed I had that song, my little opening song. So I did experiment a little bit with some AI music, mostly because I had gotten really, really frustrated. I keep getting copyrighted. Now I'm not monetized or anything, but I still keep getting copyrighted on all my videos for the music I use, even though it comes from a licensed software. And it's really annoying. So I thought, you know what? I can't play the guitar yet or things like that, but I'm going to use AI and make some music. And it seems like a lot of people have been doing that lately. So I've done a lot of songs. At the end of the video, I'm going to play a few of them. But I did want to play one now just because I thought it was interesting. And then, so I'll play that. And then I'm going to jump into a few things with the quail I got. We're going to show that. Some updates on garlic we got in on the trifoliate citrus plant that's been going, as well as a couple other things here. So let me play this song real quick.
Stuck in this concrete maze, I'm feeling drained, wading through the hustle where hope seems strained. But in my heart I'm planting seeds of change, dreaming of a homestead life rearranged. With each chicken cluck I hear a song, the rhythm of the soil where I belong. Gonna run to the country where the green grass grows, build my own haven. That's the life I chose, self-sufficient living, free from the chains, planting our dreams, breaking these urban pains. I'm learning the ways of the dirt and the dew, raising a quail, watching my vision come true. Family around me, our bonds grow tight. Plan to leave the city, neath the stars so bright. Leave behind the grind, it's time to fight for the life we dream of, out of mind and sight. Gonna run to the country where the green grass grows, build my own haven. That's the life I chose, self-sufficient living, free from the chains, planting our dreams, breaking these urban pains. I'm learning the ways of the dirt and the dew, raising a quail, watching my vision come true. Family around me, our bonds grow tight. Plan to leave the city, neath the stars so bright. Leave behind the grind, it's time to fight for the life we dream of, out of mind and sight. Gonna run to the country where the green grass grows, build my own haven. That's the life I chose, self-sufficient living, free from the chains, planting our dreams, breaking these urban pains. Together we'll grow, hand in hand so true. In this concrete jungle, we'll build something new.
All right, there we go. I'll stop that. At the end of the video, I'm going to play a bunch of songs just for a minute if anyone wants to hear, but I'll put them on like a little soundtrack too, because I have a whole bunch. I even have a funny one. So, and then, oh, here, to answer your question, yeah, Verna. So you go in, you can either put the exact lyrics, or I can just put what I wanted about and like country and that type of stuff, and it comes up with it. It was really neat. I don't really like AI and stuff that much, but it was fun to play with. And so anyways, I have, my dog Solo. And so I always used to joke about my song, my brown solo pup, I pick you up song. And so I had it do a song like that. Kind of thought that was funny. Hey, River Boss, good to see you. Welcome in. If you guys haven't checked out River Boss's channel, it's pretty cool. He does a lot of neat things. I kind of found him through Willie here on Carolina. I don't know if he's still in here. But this would be a good time to mention, if you guys have a channel and you'd like to drop your link, you can type in GBH, as in Grafted Branch Homestead, capital GBH, and it will drop your link in the chat. Or if you're curious, want to check your weather or show us your weather, you can type weather and then space in the zip code there, the area code, and it will, or zip code, yeah, and it will drop your weather. You are Willie. Oh, who am I thinking of then? I was in someone else's chat and you were in there, Willie. Whose chat was I in? Well, it's good to see you, Willie. That's pretty cool. People are showing us there on Night Bat. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've been messing with AI a little bit and some time I had at doing extra work this week, and so that was kind of fun. Got some songs, and we'll play some more there after. All right, cool. What else has been going on? I am going to switch to this other camera really quick here. And we're going to walk around to check out the quail. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me on this camera. We're just going to pop around here. So quail eggs are in the incubators. We got 64 of them in right now. They're all autumn amber eggs from my shire. And we are 8 days. Tonight it'll switch to 7. So we're 1 week away from hatch and about 4 days away from lockdown. So those are all going there. This is a good time now that they are nearing lockdown to get the brooder box ready. And so this is the my bigger brooder box that I had built. I've been just using the plastic tubs and those types of things, but I decided since we got, oh hey, cool, there's Carolina, I see. Since I have 64 eggs and I'm hoping for a 100% hatch rate, right? I know Buster, you had a great hatch rate. You usually do, it seems, but anyhow, hoping for a great hatch rate. Hey there, Solo. And so we got the big one here, and I just wanted to show. I'll do weather. Is it going to show it? Oh, it did. Look at that. Weather in Flint, Michigan. Right now it's 50 degrees. The wind's blowing lightly there, and humidity is 91%. Holy cow. All right, so this is the big brooder box that I had built. I still need to get another. It uses the automotive drip tray in the bottom. So out of the way, please. I need to get another one because I'd utilized it for projects. So I'm going to get that. And then it has the pull-out bottom tray. Still need to get the blue shop towels to put on the bottom. And this time I'm using the heat plate. I had tried using this in one of my plastic brooders, but we're going to use it in this big one this time. I've also screwed on a little brick there to hold the water up when they're a little older, because they kind of bounce it around on the bottom here. And so this is the brooder I'm going to be using. I really like it. It comes all apart in different pieces and stores nice in the shed. Isn't that right, Solo? He says that's right. So hopefully here this next week we'll have a bunch of little babies in here for next live stream. Cool. All right, there we go. Oh no, what? Exhaust motor died. New one will be here Tuesday. Your furnace is down. Mr. Landfill, no. That is a bad time for your furnace to go down. And then weather in Seven Springs. Let's see, what is it? Clear at 58. Wind is blowing, very mild breeze. 77, high humidity still. How is is the weather feel good there? Does it feel cold? I guess both Michigan and Seven Springs there. I know here it definitely gets chilly at night. All the heat evaporates off, and get down you. And it's been getting cold at night. So that kind of actually ties into what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to leave a tip, and this is one I've done before. I even did a video on, but this is one I really believe in. It saves a lot of money, I think. So this works well, especially if you live in an older home like I do. You don't have the really insulated windows. They're maybe kind of thin and stuff. Willie's saying it was chilly this morning. Yeah, getting there. Man, I don't like. And Mr. Landfill, glad it happened before it gets crazy cold. That is true. Yep, that is true. I got to get our heater hooked up here soon. Usually I wait until the very end of October, but I guess it's pretty much there. So anyways, this is the tip I'd like to share. And this is for all your windows and things like that, especially if you don't have the nice double paned or it may be a little drafty. This is something a lot of people actually, when I talk to around here at least, don't know about or don't really use, but they sell it in all the stores everywhere. And it's just these insulation kits. They're not very expensive, but I put these on all the windows that I can. The ones we're not opening or using. When it gets really cold, we close those windows off. And so with these, it's just a film that you put a piece of tape up around the edge of the window and you put the film on there. And then you take your blow dryer and you blow dry it, and it shrinks kind of up and tightens up, and it creates an air gap between the window and the insulation there, even if it's a small one. But that is really going to save on insulation, on heating bills, and keeping your place good. So I know I didn't use these last year. I did the year before, and definitely noticed that difference in the utility bills, as well as just kind of draftiness and stuff like that. So that's something I'm going to be doing here early, and that is the little tip I'd like to leave. Mr. Landfill, you use that product? Yeah. Hey, thanks for showing up, Joseph. I really appreciate it. Just throw a thumbs up or down, I guess, if you like. But it was good to see you. Hope you have a great evening. Yeah, it's the cheap, simple things like that that sometimes can make a world of difference. Even just like this really big window behind me. Through our coldest times in January, February there, I'll hang extra blankets up over this window. And because it's so large, it really makes a huge difference in temperature. And this room in particular, the room I'm in, it has a lot of long-term storage food and things like that. So I do want to make sure, and then incubation and stuff. So keeping temperature controlled is definitely a must here. Okay, let me get on to what I'm talking about. All right, so something else I've been able to put a little bit of time into, despite working so much this week, is my silky coop. And so you can see a lot of this. I like to build, and I've been working on this silky coop. I really want to get it nice, good quality. It needs to be done pretty much by the end of the month, though. So I've been really trying to push on it and get it done for my silky chickens. So we started off with 3 silkies here. We got 3 in the mail. 2 of them, I believe, were extra that were sent along. And one of them we thought was going to die. It almost did. And my wife nursed him back to health, or her back to health. And that was years ago. In that time, 2 of the silkies have passed away from different things. The one we have that's still going is the little black silky Nikki, that my wife was the same one my wife nursed back to health. So that little chicken is a pet. It follows us around the yard. And so she got kicked out of the rest of the flock. She got exiled. Their chickens didn't like her. And so we had to get her some friends. And so we actually went through Gidros Family Farms and got some silky eggs. And so we hatched those out, got 2 more silkies. Now we have 3 little silkies. And I have put them up a makeshift place to live behind the quail shack. It's not sufficient for winter, though. And really, they need a better place. Through summer here in New Mexico, it's been fine, so I kind of just let it roll, but they need a better place. So I've been working on this coop update, and I'm going to play, I think it's like 30 seconds, but I'm just going to play this little clip here. All right, so obviously I still haven't finished it. This is a little update on my silky coop I'm building, just because I think it's neat. So I've switched it up a little bit. I don't know, for various reasons, but I was originally in a habit where the nesting box could be on either side and some different things like that. Didn't do that. Nesting box is still going to be removable and still needs to be built. What I have done is gotten most all the siding on everywhere, starting in with the trimming. I am framing out windows and things like that, and then they'll get trimming and doors. That's a door. Then this side here, this is going to be their door. I got an automatic coop door that's going to go on there. And then, of course, the pull-out tray on the bottom. I have extra of this foam from a different project, from an incubator build, actually. So I'm going to put that in, put a little gap filler, and there'll be board put on the inside there. Yeah. The other thing I'm working on is it is going to have lighting that comes down from here, the sides, the bottom. It'll have inside light and an outside light next to the door, and then as well as 2 little exhaust fans that are going to go up in here. That board's hanging down, but I'm building out that will go in there, and just a little fan to move air around that will be on the back of this door. That's all going to be controlled from panel strip that's going to be on the back of the door that's here, and then the battery box will be up here. So a little bit of what I'm working on with the silky coop, trying to get it done as fast as possible. There we go. So yeah, that's the silky coop. I love building things. I've been trying to record along the way, so some at least, so I'll have a video somewhat to show. Hey there, Renegade, how are you doing? I've seen some of your updates on Facebook a little bit. I'm not on Facebook a lot. This would be a good time to say this, but I'm not on Facebook a whole lot. I do hop on every now and then, and I've seen some of your stuff, and it looks so cool. How are you doing? How is the weather where you're at? I did want to throw this in there, though. We had my wife on earlier, and then talking about Facebook a little bit. I do want to say, if you guys aren't following us on TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, my wife does do stuff there. She's been putting a lot of things on TikTok, I believe. So you can check us out there and get some other stuff. Cool. Need more coffee. Yeah, I feel you. So we've been on for 32 minutes. Tonight's live stream, probably with the extra music, will only go about an hour. I'm pretty tired too, but let's see here. So we got that silky coop update. What else is going on? So I have to work tomorrow. We're going to do the live stream, but I still work. I work Monday, and then I have some time off. I made a hoop coop recently. Didn't have any storage on your phone to make a video. Yeah, I saw the finished product there, Willie. It looks really cool. You did a great job with that. Actually, if you guys haven't checked out Carolina Kind's YouTube page, check that out. He had done a post too of that coop. But I do want to say I completely understand when you were like, I just had to get it done, so I didn't film. There are so many projects that just don't get filmed because I just want to get, well, for several reasons. One, I need to get it done. Two is the way I build. I kind of almost, now this is over exaggerated, but kind of almost throw a corner and just start building off of that. I don't really have a lot of plan, or I kind of do it as I go. And so filming that and showing and teaching kind of makes that hard sometimes. So I don't do it. Sometimes you guys see stuff, sometimes you don't. You just see the finished end of it. But yours looked really cool. I liked that, Willie. It looked neat. You don't do any of the three. What was that? Any of the three what? Yeah, TikTok, Facebook, yeah. So I do YouTube here. I'm not on it. I use YouTube to listen to music, and then of course the creation stuff I do. There's a few people I follow. I try to catch your guys' stuff, but that's pretty much the extent of my social media and stuff. I'm not on TikTok. My wife is. I'm not on Instagram. My wife is. Facebook, I'm on. I hop on every now and then. I try to. It's just life is busy and crazy. So, yeah. Renegade's not on Facebook too much. Yeah. Life is good. Weather is great. You're getting your life restarted. That's awesome. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Kind of following your story a little bit, being here and then moving has been neat. Verna's back. Okay. And then Willie says, exactly, hard to film and build. It is sometimes. Sometimes you just got to do it and then show the final product and tell people, hey, you can freeze it and zoom in and see what I did, or ask. Some things I try and put PDFs out for. But some things I think, all right, I'll build it and then I'll build another. And that's my plan. Okay, but coming up here, I have some time off. So it is Sukkot is coming up. And so you're supposed to go out and basically go camping for them. There's a lot more to it, but basically. So I got some time off. The plan was to go out and do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away and actually go camping, or if so, maybe just one day. But we are going to camp in the yard, and I'll get the stove out, and we'll do some things and have some fun and some fires, and then we'll show a little bit of that. So that's going on this week. I'm excited for that. Watching shorts gets addicting. Yeah, it does. I call it doom scrolling, and I'm just searching through the shorts. Sometimes I'll do that at work. So we got Sukkot coming up. Tomorrow, Casey's going to come on and talk about seed saving with us. So I'm just going to show a little bit kind of here. First of all, speaking of seeds, my trifoliate citrus. So these are ones I'd gotten in for Papa Pepper, talked about a little bit last week. I planted some of them and put them out in the greenhouse, and they are sprouting. They're coming up, so we're going to show that tomorrow. I'm doing a little experiment of drying them and saving them. And then I have a couple I'm going to keep a little moist and get them going on the rack back here so we can get some going. Some of those other ones I had sent to Sow and Tear for a seed swap, which is pretty cool. So some of the ones, Farmer Casey saved some for us. So I make sure we put those aside so that way next year we can go at and plant them. And tomorrow I'll let him talk about why and all that. But and then I'm going to go back and save a whole bunch of the same ones to sell. And those are going to be up in the shop. But here's a couple of them. So we got bunching onions and chives. So we got some seeds there. Lots of okra. We got lots of okra. So we got some different okra seeds. And then red spinach, which I still need to clear out all the chaff from it. But so we got some of those going. With that, though, now is the time of year to get those fall crops in. Now is pretty much kind of the latest. So I had to get some new stuff this year ordered and in because we didn't have stuff saved from previous years, kind of like you're supposed to do. So I got some new stuff in. I decided to get it through Gurney's. They send it when they feel the shipping time is right for your area. I feel that they send a little late, but that's fine. So what I got in now, and we're still waiting on onions, but we got our garlic in. Garlic's going to be planted here this next week in the big bed that we had corn going. And so I got a whole bunch of garlic here. And I'm just going to tell you, we got 3 varieties that we're going to do this year. And when I went on, I decided to select varieties that, one, grow well in our area and for the time, over the winter. Also, I wanted ones that are going to store really well because the goal is to store as much as possible. And so I found 3 different varieties we decided to go with. This one here is a soft neck. It's a California white. So we got California white. We got a bunch of those. Here's a different one. This one is the Transylvania. So these are a little bit smaller. Sorry, I had crushed my nail, so that's why it's like that. Transylvania. And then, there we go, the third one, Great Lakes. So we're going to be, hey, look there, Mr. Landfill, we got some Great Lakes one. So we're going to be growing Great Lakes. So I got 3 different varieties. And what I'm going to be doing is that in that 6 by 10 foot bed, I'll be putting some little posts just to kind of divide them. And then we'll be growing garlic in that bed. So we'll get all this planted. Hopefully this gives me enough to fill the bed. If not, I may either put some more garlic I get elsewhere in there and do either the same variety if I can find it or a 4th, or I may put some onions on the end of there. Garlic's expensive. At least it's really gotten expensive. And so I know Verna's saying, well, you're supposed to save some and you grow it, and then you always have it, so you don't buy it again. And that works great unless your crop's wiped out, which happens. So it's nice to grow, to be able to go to the store too. Better yet would be to have, if I had a community where I could go to someone and say, hey, do you have any extra garlic you can give me, and trade them stuff. But there you go. So it's soft neck. I think one of them was a hard neck and the other 2 were soft neck. Let's see. Moving was a great thing for me, Renegade says. Almost 4 months in Missouri now. All right, yep. And preparing for winter. So it'll be your first one out there. Keeping life small these days. That's the best way to do it. That is the best way. Yep. That is so cool. Lots of foraging here. The food forest has been amazing, and you're looking forward to some gardening next spring. Yeah, I bet you it's way different than trying to get stuff to grow out here. Black sheep, have you ever had a real winter? Okay, Missouri can be mild, then bam, you're frozen overnight. New Mexico gets cold. I mean, it drops down in parts. When I was doing the paper out up to like the Edgewood and the mountains and stuff, there definitely drops down to 0 and whatnot. Soft neck doesn't give you scalps. Oh, the top part, what the hard necks do. I didn't know that. Okay. So the hard necks will give me the scalps. Is that what it's called? Soft neck. Were they all soft neck? Oh, I thought one of them was a hard neck. Yeah, one hard neck. Okay, so I have 4 varieties here. That's why. So the hard neck one I have is the purple glazer. I might get another hard neck too then. I didn't know that, but that's good to know. That's cool. Scapes. Yeah, thank you. So the hard neck will give scapes. Hard neck gives scapes. Scapes are delicious. I didn't know what they were. I thought it was bolting at first, and so I was ripping them off and throwing them away, and my wife said, "No, what are you doing?" But yeah, okay. You lived here when you were young. Oh, okay, Renegade. And you know it can be frozen, so you've got a little bit of some knowledge on that. All right, cool. So we got the citrus update, the garlic. We've already talked about sourdough. What's everyone doing to get ready? And my tip. I think I kind of ran through all my stuff for tonight. I did. Look at that. 42 minutes. Okay. So we're going to chat. I'm going to spend 10, 15 minutes here just enjoying fellowship and chat. And then at the end, I'm going to play a bunch of songs. I'll just put on a bunch of songs, and I'm going to do that for like 10 or 15 minutes, kind of me sitting here for anyone that wants to listen to the ones I made. And then, yeah. And then tomorrow I'll be on. So let's just talk. You had blizzards in New Mexico. Yeah, people are surprised a lot when I tell them it gets cold here. So we are the high desert, and it definitely gets hot, but it gets cold for sure. And especially down where you were at that way, or the mountains, can get really big snowdrifts. So I lived up east of where we're at now for a while on the other side of the mountains, and we had drifts that would, drift all the way up over the car and cover it, and below zero temperatures. I remember packing snow and junk and whatever I could find in the bed of my truck just to grab traction. So New Mexico does get winters. It definitely does. Where I'm at right now in our urban homestead, so Albuquerque is kind of protected. We have the Sandia Mountains, the Manzano Mountains, and Jemez kind of surround us. And then the way the air patterns work is actually why the International Balloon Fiesta is here, is it creates a box effect. And so the air pattern kind of goes around Albuquerque. And so we do get storms that blow in, of course, from different directions, but it keeps a lot of that kind of around us. And the stuff coming from the east will hit the mountains, and a lot of it stops there, doesn't come over always. And then sometimes it won't come as far west. And so I'm kind of in a little area here where it's neat. I don't ever pull your garlic. It's been in the ground for 12 years. Wow. So you just let it go and then take what you need as you need it, I guess? Yeah. I know you can use them kind of like green onion or scallions, and I've done that. But I know those scapes, they're really flavorful. They're packed. Oh, hey, I wanted to show this. So this is one of my vanillas. And so I couldn't get to the others. They're kind of blocked by some junk right now, but I got one out. And these have been going for 9 months now, I believe. So I'm letting them go, of course, to the holidays here. So almost for a year. I did a couple of them in Everclear, and then a couple of them in a spiced rum. So I think this looks like it's probably one of the vodka ones because it's lighter. You're going to make it soon? I'm going to get another batch started now for next year. So it's because we'll use some of these. I'm going to give a bunch away, but then I want to make a whole bunch more. Oh, it smells so good. One of my favorite things, I don't know about y'all, but definitely one of my favorite smells, I think, in the world is real vanilla. I mean, not the imitation, it smells so good. I love that smell. So we're going to be doing some of these for some gifts. this year. My loofahs are going crazy. We'll show those again in the morning, but they're just growing like nuts. I was hoping maybe Aaron or would be in here, Aaron, because I had a couple questions for him, but I'll maybe have to ask him. But the loofahs were going crazy, and those were going to be probably some gifts too. You're going to order beans this week. Oh, vanilla beans. That makes sense. Yeah, I got to get some ordered too. So thinking ahead, I've definitely learned part of this homesteading thing and making this stuff work is planning. I'm not really one that plans. It does take some planning, some forethought, and some doing things ahead, such as things like this. You can rush vanilla and do it in a pressure cooker. My wife's telling me, just put it in the Instapot and you can do it right away, which you can. You can. But, man, when you just give it time, and it doesn't smell like alcohol, really. It's just that vanilla. So good. Wonderful things. That's cool, Andy. How many are you going to do? Just a small batch or a big jar? I kind of think I like doing it this way because then I can give these out as gifts. I can just use it. It's not very dark. You're doing yours tomorrow. Finally found jars. Oh, that's cool, Verna. Are you doing your vanilla tomorrow? I know another thing I got to get going, so I'm almost out of, is my fermented honey garlic. And so this time I'm going to do a smaller batch. I'm also going to do one that has onion in it, and then some other things too. I know people. I've had some people want to buy that actually, and then besides that, just I've given a lot away too to people because I really think it works. I think it helps build the immune system, especially this time of year. Half-gallon jars of vanilla. You started 15 years ago. You add beans. Oh, I think you've told me this before. You have. You add beans and alcohol as you use it up. So you just keep it going, kind of like having the mother of vinegar. We've discussed this before because I remember you telling me this and me saying I wanted to do it. I don't think I noted it, though, so I'm going to note it this time. That's a great idea. Yeah, just keep it going and then top it off. And so you do that in a package of 50 vanilla beans, Verna. Oh, wow, you're going to do a lot. I thought, what a cool gift, I think. Personally, I like to give gifts I make and put time into. I know not everyone appreciates that, but that's what I like to do, so that's what people get. But I think that's a neat gift to give, especially if you give it to someone around the holiday times when they can be using it, if it's someone that likes to cook or something especially. All right. You're going to do a big jar. So you're going to do, Andy, you're going to do it kind of like Renegade there. Well, I have a bunch of half-gallon jars thanks to Verna now, so that's cool. She had put in a thing with Amazon. I don't know if they still do, but they had a killer deal. You got 2 of them for a good deal. Well, I guess I could look and see while I'm pretty much chatting. So I'm going to get a big batch of that done. I've made vinegar before, and I kind of stopped, but we're going to get that going again for cleaning and stuff. We've been going through a lot more vinegar now. So the way our homesteading journey started here was it was really a passion of mine. I guess it kind of still is. And my wife loves me, so she has joined me through it. And she's really picked up on it too, and she's running with stuff such as with the sourdough things and stuff like that. So as she grabs hold of stuff and does things, then some of the stuff I'd started getting going and things I can utilize more, such as vinegar. So we're going to be doing that. All right, let me see. So Amazon. See, using it all in a half-gallon jar. Add cayenne to it. So cayenne, onion, and garlic and honey. Would it be? There's a fly right here. Sorry, it's a bold fly. So the cayenne, now that I have lots of forms of it, do you think adding the fresh cayennes, the dried cayennes, or the powder would be best? Probably the fresh, I'm thinking. Yeah, see, these jars are more expensive now. Was it 2 of them, or was it a whole pack that came? I think it was a pack. Yeah, I know. They're more expensive now, though. When Verna had showed me, there was like a killer deal on them. Yeah, looks like it's gone up in price on those, so we won't show those. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to find that Solo Pup song and put that on. You got the 6-pack. I think that's what I got, too. I don't know why I was thinking 2. Okay, so this, I got to do something here. I'm going to play my Solo Pup song. All right, yeah, bear with me because I have them on this app. So this little app I'm using, it's called Donna. It's this little app for the AI music. Let's see. You had a sourdough starter going till you moved. Oh, all right. Oh no, and the jar busted. No, Willie. Some of the food. So Willie likes, if you guys follow Carolina Kind Family Homestead over there too, he does like to post pictures of his meals and some things like that. And I like that stuff. People call it, was it the food prawn? But I like seeing it, and some of that stuff you eat there, Willie, looks really good. I got to be honest. But that you'll have to get another one going there, Willie. You think fresh? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and add the fresh turmeric too. I tried getting horseradish going this year, growing, and didn't try the turmeric, and that was a failure. So next year, turmeric, horseradish, and ginger, I'm gonna try and get those going. Dehydrate the sourdough starter to transport it. Oh, that's a great idea. And then you just add water and it gets going again, huh? That is crazy. Yeah. Okay, so let me see if I can do this real quick. I'm going to get to a funny song. I think it's this one. I got to download it to my phone, then download it to my computer, and then I can play. Yeah, I'll have to bear with me. Find my cord. There we go. All right, there we go. This turned on, and I need to unplug something. So we'll unplug the keyboard, I think. Hey, Mr. Land. Oh, sorry, I'm yelling in the microphone. Sorry. Mr. Landfill, you have a good evening. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for showing up. As always, it's great having you in here. You have a good evening. Just add water. That's cool. Renegade, you didn't lose any jars. And people are saying goodbye to Mr. Landfill. All right, let's see. So I'm going to play a couple of these songs. There we go. I'm getting quicker. It helps that I have a computer that moves pretty fast now. So I'm using this laptop here that my brother gave me, actually. He does a lot to keep me going in these live streams, so I really appreciate him. But so it helps. It helps the computer go quicker at least. All right, so why is this not reading? Some of my cords don't work very well, so I have to find one that works well. I think some of them are meant for like other things. Okay, let's try this one. And we're just gonna play some music as we end up here in the stream. Why is it not finding my phone? Oh, it wasn't plugged in all the way. Okay, there we go. And internal storage, music. There we go. And let's do the brown solo pup song. It didn't do it quite like I wanted, but it still sounds pretty cool, I think. So let me pull that up and we'll put that on. Actually, it was Willie with Carolina Kind that got me thinking. He had some really cool music in his stream, and I was like, how did you do that? And he said it was AI music. And so that's actually why I got on looking too. Well, I'd wanted to because of the copyright issues, but it was Willie that got me going with that. So thank you, Willie. All right, I'm going to put my Bluetooth on my other computer so I can hear when the song starts and stops. I think the battery might be dead this time. I mean, not. I'm going to play it anyways, and I'll just try and listen to this. Let's do this. All right, here we go.
Round solo pup, I pick you up. Give me that wag, fill my heart with love. In the backyard, we're soaking up the sun. With a bark and a play, life is so much fun. Go fetch the ball, let's run around. It's time to party, let's take that walk. A wagging tail, you know we'll talk. Brown solo pup, you brighten my day. With you right here, we'll play the day away. Brown solo pup, our time's a blast. With every little bark, I found at last. You and me, buddy, we're a perfect pair. In this crazy world, we got love to share. No worries here when you're by my side. It's time to party, let's take that walk. A wagging tail, you know we'll talk. Brown solo pup, you brighten my day. With you right here, we'll play the day away.
Anyway, so I thought that song was fun. It was kind of fun. I have this other one I'm going to play here. That is sweet. The app's called Donna. Anyway, so I thought that song was fun. It was kind of fun. Sorry about that. I believe the app is called Donna. And you get some free ones, and then it makes you pay if you want more. But here, let me play this song. This next one is, it was more personal a little bit, but it's about Spicy Mom, or Jen there. So I'll play that. Let's do that now.
Coffee letting her heart yearn. Books stacked high, worlds waiting to share. In her garden of dreams, she tenderly cared. With every seed sown, love fills the air. Oh, Jen, you're the light in our days, with your books and your love, guiding our ways. In the garden of life, you're forever our muse. With a heart full of coffee, there's nothing to lose. Underneath the sun, the plants swell and rise, harvesting memories.
I think it might have cut off there. That one might have cut off. That was about Jen. Hey, we still got about 8 people in here. Awesome. So if you guys haven't done a thumbs up, you haven't liked or subscribed, go ahead and do that. I'm still going to finish and play some more songs and chat a little bit, but still got some people in here. Okay, so here's another one. I didn't do a ton, but I did do a few. I think this is one. Let's try.
I've been stuck in this concrete maze, desires lost in a routine haze. Clock is ticking, 9 to 5 grind, but my heart's yearning for peace of mind. Grab my boots, it's time to go, leave behind the city's woe. Come out of her, my people, it's time. Leave the hustle and bustle behind. In the country we'll plant our seeds, chasing freedom, fulfilling our needs. Rolling fields in the open sky, green pastures where the eagles fly. Breathe the air, feel the sunlight's kiss. This is the life that I never miss. Happiness in the simple things, oh freedom sweet as a songbird sings. Come out of her, my people, it's time. Leave the hustle and bustle behind. In the country we'll plant our seeds, chasing freedom, fulfilling our needs. Rolling fields in the open sky, green pastures where the eagles fly. Breathe the air, feel the sunlight's kiss. This is the life that I never miss. Happiness in the simple things, so freedom sweet as a songbird sings. Come out of her, my people, it's time. Leave the hustle and bustle behind. In the country we'll plant our seeds, chasing freedom, fulfilling our needs. Here in the fields I find my way, a brand new life starts today. Here in the fields I find my way, a brand new life starts today.
Yeah, I really like that one too. Vernon says it speaks to her heart. I thought it spoke to mine too. I'm gonna post these on just like a video, just the song. So if people want to listen to them or stuff, they can. But I thought they were really neat, and so I have a bunch more I'll share later on other streams. But yeah, the AI surprised me. It did pretty good. I put in like a paragraph or two of stuff I wanted, and then it gave me that. So pretty neat. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's stream. And tomorrow we're going to be on at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. I think that's 11 a.m. Eastern. And we're going to do some garden chat with Matt and garden seed saving with Farmer Casey. And so the thumbnail is going to go up. I have it made and everything. I'm going to put it up as soon as I end this stream here. And so we'll be back tomorrow for some of that. And so I'll either see you next week or then. And until then, you guys go do the things with purpose this week. And thank you so much for showing up. And thank you for moderating there, Willie and Verna and Mr. Landfill. I had a bunch of moderators in here. Look at that. And for everyone else that showed up, it's been great talking to you guys. So have a blessing. We'll see you next time. Have a blessed night. We'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.